What would it be like to live without your sight?
When I was 8 years old, my eyes started growing apart. I had to go in for surgery, and I woke up the next morning and I was blind in my left eye. And since then, the scarring has actually been healing. And now it is a success story for me because I'm starting to realize all the stuff that the Commission has done for me and all the stuff that really everyone in my life has done for me to get me to where I am at this point.
So we have the pleasure of having Beth Cunningham with us today. She's the administrator for the Idaho Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired. And I'm so excited to talk to her about the program that they have over there. Hi Beth, welcome.
Hi Rebecca, thank you.
So first of all, I think a lot of people don't even know what the Idaho Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired is and what your mission is. So tell us a little bit about your program.
Okay, our agency began in 1967 in Boise and started serving people in Idaho who are blind or visually impaired. And we provide a variety of services to help people to adapt to becoming blind or learn how to perform their jobs or home activities. And basically our mission is to help people to become independent. Anyone who is blind or visually impaired can do all kinds of things. They just may have to do it differently or learn it a different way. That's kind of what our assessment and training program is all about.
We also have joining us from the Idaho Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired, Greg Metsker. And Greg, you're the manager over there, and I wanted to talk to you first of all just a little bit about the life skills training program that you guys offer. I got to experience this, so tell us a little bit about the program.
Yeah, I'm the manager of the training center, the assessment and training center, and it's a place where we teach people who have lost their vision or lost part of their vision how to do things they've always done. So how to work, how to live, how to play, how to just do whatever they need to do and overcome the thought that what you can't see you can't do, because that's not true.
And we are downtown Boise, Idaho. We're here at the Idaho Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired, and I have the honor of working with Lisa Baker. She is an instructor for the activities for daily living here at the Commission, and she is going to teach me a few things about cooking in the kitchen. Okay, are we ready?
Here we are.
Okay.
Did I do it? Yeah. Do you hear that? Can you hear that sizzle?
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure when you set that you're all the way on the counter. Perfect. Okay, so that was a good sound. If it didn't make that sound, we
Then
would
I'd be
know.
in trouble.
We'd know. We'd know that you missed the pan, or else you, or the pan wasn't hot. But we didn't know it was hot because could you feel the heat?
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. I can feel the heat.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Right, and what was so amazing to me when I was going through the process, I cooked an egg with shades on, blinders on, and and cut a potato, right?
Yes.
And everything really was adaptable. I mean, after a little bit, you kind of got used to having a picture in your head of what you were doing, which was really incredible. Your body does adapt, your brain adapts. So I can understand like how the skill sets adapt. But you're training people, and then you take that out of your environment and you bring it into their environment as well, right? So they can adapt their own kitchen, basically.
Right, yes.
For example.
Most of what we do really is problem solving, as you probably experienced. Well, how do you find the egg if you can't see it? How do you center the pan on the stove?
Flip it into the pan, right?
And it's problem solving. So we give them 6 or 9 months of training basically on problem solving. So when they go to their own home, they can solve those problems that come up, whether we've addressed them in training or not. They're in that mindset
Thumb on one side of the
okay,
potato
I can
and
do this,
fingers
I
on
just
the
have to
other.
figure out how to do it.
So go ahead and put it in position. Don't cut anything. Don't do anything crazy. And I'm going to feel your hands and see. Okay, so that's perfect. And the way you would, and the way I teach it, because I can't see, is just by feeling your hand and making sure that you're safe. You also want to keep your blade nice and straight. Don't want it to.
What would you say has been a defining moment, something that's happened? I know you're still going through some of the training, so you might not have hit the perfect one, but is there something you could share?
Well, it's been just wonderful to get to work with, and also one thing I've enjoyed about doing the shades training is getting to know the students and hearing their story and what their interests are.
Fingers are straight.
So I'm here with Melanie Hertling, who is the Orientation and Mobility Specialist for the Idaho Commission for the Blind and the Visually Impaired. And we're going to talk about getting around outside. So going out into the world without vision, what are like some of the safety parameters? Because you're going to teach me like how to cross a street.
Yes,
right?
I am.
Okay, so what do I need to think about?
Well, it is safety first with everything. Just you're going to mostly be focusing on the sounds of traffic for obvious reasons, but also because the sounds of traffic orient you. Not only when to cross and not get hit by a car, but how to use the traffic for orientation purposes. So first and foremost, we've approached a new intersection, and the first thing you want to do is listen. See if you can get a feel for how many lanes across, what type of intersection it is. Does it sound like there's right turn arrows, left turn arrows, all that? This is just a basic intersection. Once you stood here for a while just analyzing based on sound on what type of intersection, the next thing we need to determine is when to cross. Okay?
That's what I was going to ask. So it's like, how do you know when it's safe to cross? Because I don't hear anything coming this way, but I hear a lot this way.
Okay, so the basic principle there is very easy. When the traffic that is over your right shoulder, so our westbound State Street traffic.
Left shoulder.
Left shoulder, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. When they start and take off, that means their light turned green. It also means your walk sign changed.
That means I could go then.
That means you can go then.
So I want to wait till he moves. Okay.
Wait till right about now.
So I hear, so I can go.
Very good. Yep.
Oh my God.
Don't worry about staying in step. Just walk. We can work on staying in step later.
Oh, so now, yeah, I can feel. Are you still here?
I'm still here, and I'll always be on the outside in case traffic were to hit one of us. It's me.
Okay.
Part of the job.
Okay.
Can you pick up your pace a little?
She's like, can you actually walk?
Well, walking faster will help you go straighter,
Oh, it does?
and it's just a better idea in the street.
Did I get across the street yet?
Feel
Oh,
that?
there,
That's the
yes!
sound of safety. You made it!
Oh my gosh! Yes! Okay,
So-
can I take these off?
You can.
Wow. That was intense, but you do this, you really ease the student into this. I mean, I
Yes.
just kind of jumped in because I really wanted to capture this experience on camera. But typically they would do training inside the building, inside a hallway, in a room. They practice with this cane.
We go around the block a lot of times. We start at really basic stop sign intersections. We don't do this on the first day, only to you.
Yeah, only me.
People who have been traveling a long time with canes, you'll see some of them, they're talking on their phone, they're listening to music because it's become second nature. They don't have to be so aware and so heightened
Right.
thinking about all that.
And you have another program, the Summer Work Experience program. So we did get to go and interview some of the students that were involved in this program, but tell us a little bit about the program and how that works.
It's a great program. We call it SWEP, the Summer Work Experience Program, and it's for blind teenagers, blind low vision teenagers from 16 to 21 years old. They come from all over the state. They come to Boise for 7 weeks in the summer. They do a little bit of training like we've talked about, and then they start jobs. We find jobs for them in the local businesses who are so gracious to help us out.
I just graduated high school at 16 years old. And a lot of that is thanks to the Commission for the Blind and thanks to the SWEP program. The whole principle behind it is that it's very difficult for someone with any kind of disability to find work, especially when people have this predetermined notion that someone with disabilities can't really do anything. And it's very scary for an employer to interview someone who is visually impaired or blind. They don't know what to think. The whole idea of the SWEP program is allowing you to have the opportunity to work and make money and get experience so that after the program you can go and get a job and really figure out what you can and can't do to explain yourself to an employer and say, yes, I'm visually impaired, but this is what I can do, even if I can't do this.
Mission for the Blind has been an amazing relationship. It's been awesome to work with them, and they're really helpful to me, especially to set me up with this amazing program to help me gain, a lot of respect towards others around me because I am disabled, but I gained a lot more going through this, helping me, through life, guiding me through colleges, schoolings, giving me gadgets to help aid me.
The kids work for 5 weeks, paid work experience at these different places. And the kids get a chance to work, which is huge because the unemployment rate among blind adults is 70 to 80%.
Wow.
But studies have shown if folks who are blind have had a summer job as a kid, they are much more likely to be employed as an adult. So it's very important. And the kids have a good time, they learn a lot of good work skills, and they go home with some money in their pocket, and it's great.
You know, I think one thing that I've learned talking to you and, you know, going in and experiencing this is the, not just inspiration, but the empowerment, how truly adaptable we are as human beings with support, with training.
Right.
And I think that's something that you guys offer. So how can people who might need your services get a hold of you?
They can just call the Idaho Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired, 334-3220.
Okay.
We do have a website, and we have vocational rehabilitation counselors, rehabilitation teachers, independent living services, and sight restoration in a low vision clinic. And we want people to know about us, and if you know anyone who's possibly losing their vision due to age, just needs some magnifiers or needs to find out how they can adapt with their computer to see their emails, that kind of thing, we can help them.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing, and good luck with the rest of your training.
Thank you.
So Rebecca, what did you learn about yourself when you didn't have vision?
I think I really thought I was going to feel such an appreciation for my vision, right? Because you take something away and oftentimes
Right.
you appreciate it. But actually, I had so much respect for this community, you know, those who have visual impairments or any type of limitations, and how incredible and adaptable we are as human beings. I mean, really, the ability to overcome with skills and resources, and these guys, they dedicate their lives to helping people be able to live productive and qualitative lives, regardless of what seems like limitations really wasn't limiting. It's amazing.